Hello and welcome to Word on the Street, brought to you by Davina Diaries. Today on Word on the Street, we got up to asking people what they think about the latest anti-preaching bill which is about to be passed in Kaduna. Now, this bill is supposed to make sure that all preachers, whether Muslim or Christians, get licenses to preach. So, what do you guys think?
For me, it's not a welcome idea. Why would you pass a religious bill in favor of war? And you know that Nigeria, at the very largest extent, we have two major religions. We have the Islam and the Christianity, and you know that when such bills would not favor one party, will favor another party. Because if you look at it at the largest extent, the party that is not going to be favored is, of course, the Christianity. And why? Basically because the Christians are the ones who go for evangelism. The Christians are the ones who preach way back into the night, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. And if you have to look at it at a very large extent, you would rather say that the bill is one-sided, very one-sided.
To me, I think it's a little bit absurd, you understand, like having a church or a mosque get license to practice, or that means you're trying to tell me that I need to consult my government before I can serve my God, you understand what I'm saying? So I need to like have documentations before I can bring out the Bible and start preaching, or bring out my Quran and start preaching to people. To me, it's absurd. It doesn't really make sense to me anyway. But to me, I just reason maybe it has its own way of limiting Christians in that state. You know, it's like they have the power to close any church or deny any any church that requests, like maybe you send your forms in, they have the power to request to cancel that. Okay, no, you can't have this church here, you can't have this church here, you know. And different churches with different doctrines, you understand. Every church has what it preaches. Some preach wealth, some preach different things, you understand. So you can't just say you can't just limit it, you understand. So to me, it's not right. It's not right. They need to do something about that.
What I feel is that when you begin to put a bill to allowing who and how we preach the gospel, there has to be an ulterior motive. That's true. But you see, my point of view about religious biasism, if I can use that word, is that in the south here, you see the Muslims, you know, they feel it comfortable to block the road, say their Muslim prayers in the middle of the road. They feel it comfortable to take any nook and cranny of any place where they are to say their prayers without respect to whichever laws and principles are guiding that place, you see. And you don't find us making any noise about it. But you see them in the north because they feel that they have a right to this country. They feel they have that this country is their destiny. They feel they have that might to rule, and that every other ethnic group is inferior to them. You see, that's why they feel they can pass such a bill. You see, if Christians had been bombing and cutting and killing Muslims, you know, there would have been a kind of equal balance. You know, that's what I feel. You know, I feel it's wrong. I feel it's against our individual basic human rights. You know, because religion, you are entitled to your religion. The Nigerian Constitution allows you to choose your religion, you see. And I feel it's against everything we stand for as a country, you know, as a group, as a nation. When you begin to pass laws on how we preach and who has a license to preach, you know, that means that you can decide that if these people don't favor us, if this particular group of pastors don't say what we want to hear, then we would not allow them to preach. And if this one say what we want to hear, we'll allow them to preach, you know. And then that's basically what I feel. It's unfair and it's unjust. That's what I feel.
Actually, I read that from one of the social media, and it was the governor that said that before anybody can practice Christianity, especially preaching, the person must get a license before you preach. And I said, this is totally appalling. Why would somebody want to worship? It is totally against what we call freedom of worship. When you say one is free to worship, it is something that you should be able to practice without fear or favor. But when you now start saying someone should get a license, then it becomes something else. And you should watch it. It is just for Christianity that they said that for. They didn't say that to Islam. So it's just, I feel it's a way of either they want to push out people that are Christians from that state. Because I don't see it. It is not practiced anywhere in the world. You can't go to America you want to worship, either as a Christian or a Muslim, and you now start getting license to do that. No, it's not done anywhere in the world. So I believe there is actually an ulterior motive behind it, probably to push away Christians, probably to see that Christianity is cushioned, is not practiced that place, so that, I don't know, maybe only Islam will be practiced in Kaduna State. But I don't support it anyway. I'm not going to be part of it. I'm totally against it, and I believe it should be scrapped and cancelled.
Personally, to me, basically, I don't think it makes sense, because if there's one thing I'm sure of in this country, is that we have freedom of speech, yeah? So I don't think you should be boxed in a cage before you can say what you believe, you understand? I don't think I need to have a license before I can talk about God. I mean, it's the Alpha and the Omega now, you understand what I'm saying? So to me, the bill doesn't make sense. I don't see the use in it. I don't see the economic, well, like, how will I put it now, the advantages adding to the society. Okay, I understand that there's some people who overdo some things. You understand, making noise and causing nuisance on the street and all that. But then that can be controlled. You understand? You don't have to now make somebody get the license before he says what he believes in. So to me, it doesn't really make sense. I don't see the idea in passing a bill. There are other activities and infrastructures they have to worry about than passing a bill about blocking some other people. That's how they wanted to pass on social media bill one time like that. It doesn't just make sense to me. So I feel there are other things they can look up to or look after than blocking someone and boxing someone up in a cage for speaking about your own belief. And it even contradicts the law. There's freedom of speech. Come on. So that's just it basically for me.
Alright, that will be it on Word on the Street for today. Remember to drop your own comments below. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Davina Diaries. Catch you next time. Bye. Word on the Street brought to you by Davina.